It's time to welcome my live guest on the show this month, Laurence Guy.
Hello. How's it going?
How are you doing?
I'm extremely well, yeah, you?
Yeah, good. Thanks for making a little trip to Soho to come join us today. How has everything been? I mean, this is, you're back with a new track, which I played on the show a couple of weeks ago. How have you been? How's this release gone? How's your summer going? How's everything?
Everything's great, yeah, it's been really good. 2025 has definitely been like the most hectic year of mine yet, in terms of like releases and touring, but all feels really good. I just had like a couple of weeks off in Mallorca to work on some new music, and I've got another couple of weeks off touring as well, just to take like a month in between like the madness of the first part of the year and like inevitably the second part of the year as well. So
just give yourself a bit of a breather.
Yeah, exactly. Just like see friends and do other things for a little bit, and then they'll be ready to go back. So absolutely loving it at the minute.
How come Mallorca? Is that like have you got a studio there, or is it just holiday and recording?
Well, it's a bit of both. I've got a friend that's got a place out there with a studio, so yeah, it's kind of like a bit of relaxation, and then also just like not being distracted, so being able to write every day without like having anything else to do, which makes it more productive for me.
Sounds quite dreamy, to be honest.
It's pretty
good. Dreamy
setup.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
It's like if you need a little break, quick dip in the pool,
it's
back
not
in.
Bad. Yeah. It's actually literally that.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
So I mean, I've been aware of your music for quite a long time. I went down your Spotify before today just to kind of try and work out at what point I sort of came into knowing about your music, and I think it was 2020 with Your Good Times Will Come.
Yeah.
And then there was like a whole string of amazing remixes and singles that I loved, like Hey Baby and Yeah Good Yeah You and This Morning, EPs, albums in between. Can We Still Be Friends in 2022 with Barry Can't Swim?
Yeah.
You're very prolific.
There's
a lot.
It's non-stop, basically. I mean, I guess it's just like I write music probably... Well, I mean... If I'm in like a period of writing music, I'll do it every day.
Yeah.
So I might have like a couple weeks or a month off making music, but if I'm in the mode of making it, it's really just like there'll be a track or two tracks a day, and it's non-stop. But I just pile them up and then can release them whenever. But it kind of just like ends up pouring out on me, basically. Which is, it's nice. It's always been like that.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah. And like, do you find it quite a nice thing when you're able to just put stuff out in the world without it being too much of a laboured thing? You know what I mean?
I think like it's it's nice nowadays that you can, like, it's great to release records like vinyl records, but it's also quite nice that you can just put stuff out quite quickly after making it digitally. I think like sometimes the longer you sit on stuff, the less not the less it means to you, but the less like connection you have with it. So you kind of like, I think doing stuff at speed, making something, feeling good about it, releasing it is quite important to kind of capture moments, basically. Otherwise you just end up sitting on music for 2 years and then like you don't really...
You feel quite distant from it.
That's exactly, you feel distant from it.
Yeah, because so much life has been lived from that point on, and then it's like
you'll be like a different person in 2 years' time than when you made it, and that means that when you're trying to promote it to the world, you're kind of like, it feels a bit inauthentic.
Yes, I see that. So tell me about this new track then, Not Checkers. This features Gene Carter.
Yes.
And would you agree it's a slightly different... Not...
Yeah, I mean, I think...
Compared to...
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit more... I don't know, it's definitely different. I'm not sure how, but I guess the vocal makes it different for sure. I haven't worked with any American vocalists before, so there's that also. And it's a bit more of a dance floor kind of tune.
Yeah, it's definitely for the club.
Yeah, it's definitely like more of a banger than a lot of other stuff I released. That was basically, I was in LA at the Future Classic Studios whilst I was on tour in America, so I kind of based myself in LA, wrote music during the week and toured at the weekend. I did about 3 sessions with Gene, and also my older brother Henry was working with us, who's another producer. And that one we made, I think, like the very last thing after a session. We'd worked on something else all day, and then it was kind of like, let's just see if we can, knock one more tune out before we go. And then had like the beat, the bass line. He wrote the song super quick, and it's like a real just a really fun tune, basically. It kind of captured that immediate moment.
Yeah.
And that's why, it's just like it's a fun banger. I love it.
Yeah. And is it right that you decided to put it out because you sort of road tested it on a crowd and then it went a bit bonkers?
Yeah, for sure. Like I wasn't thinking not to put it out, but it wasn't top of my list of the stuff I'd made on that trip, honestly. And then I was playing all night at Corsica Studios, and my manager was with me. I think it was like 3 or 4 a.m. and it was a really, really good night. Like the crowd was fully kind of like connected. And he was like, you should play that tune. I was like, I wasn't really even thinking about that, but I did have it. So I played it and it went absolutely insane. So it was like,
yeah,
okay, all right, we'll do it.
It's got to come out. Yeah, it's got to come out. And what was it like working with Gene then? Was this, like you said, I mean, it was at the end of a session. Were you together in the studio? Yeah. It was in real life. It wasn't being sent back and forth then. Okay, cool. And what's Gene, like, I hadn't heard about Gene Carter. Like,
he's amazing.
Yeah.
Like really, just really good, basically, and like super quick. Just like really, just fun to hang out with and easy to work with. And once he's like got the idea, you kind of can just watch it. It might take an hour or 2 hours, but you can watch the whole thing from like start to finish, and then suddenly it's like, that's that done, and it's always amazing. So
that's so good. Yeah, what a dream thing when you're just like, oh, there's nothing and then there's something,
exactly.
And it hasn't taken you 70 weeks and 10,000 mixes.
Exactly.
It's just naturally kind of come to life. That's like I guess the beauty of making tunes, and when you do
for sure
that thing where you're like, this is something
good. I think the more you can capture that like feeling, basically, the better the music's going to be. In my opinion, anyway. I'm not like one to labour over stuff too much, if at all.
And can I ask you a bit how you got into kind of making beats and making music?
I started super young. I was maybe like 12, 13, and I had this computer program called Hip Hop EJ, which is like it's essentially just like a load of different loops that are already made, and you just drag them around. It's almost like a kids game kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I started on that, then I got Fruity Loops, and then just never stopped. It was one of those things that just took over my life completely, and like that was however many years ago, 16 years ago.
Yeah, other people Fruity Loops, that rings a bell.
That was great as well. They're kind of built to look like a game.
Yeah.
And they're really easy to use. So, I mean, a lot of people still use it. It's amazing software, but you could get it. I don't know if it was like it was free or it was really easy to get the illegal one or something. There was some reason it was like
accessible.
Yeah, it was much easier to get than like you'd have to spend, I don't know, 700 quid on Cubase back in the day, which is too much.
Yeah.
So if you can find something free or like an illegal download that's easy, it's just that's it.
Yeah. And nowadays, obviously, 16 years later or whatever, what do you tend to draw from the most? Like, how are you making your music? What's your process?
Still mainly based around samples. So like all the first stuff I did was done by going to different charity shops or secondhand record shops and buying records and sampling those, which I still do now. I've also discovered this thing called Tracklib, which is like a website where they have old catalogues that you can sample, and it's much easier to clear, because the problem with sampling records is you have to find the rights holders. You might not be able to do that, and it's all like, that adds an extra layer. Yeah. But the ultimate way for me to make music still is to buy a stack of records like I did before I went to Mallorca, and then just... That's the jumping off point for every track is from one of those. Yeah. Or 3 of those or whatever. That's like the ultimate way to make music for me. Yeah.
Let's play Not Checkers then, featuring Gene Carter, and we will chat more after this with Laurence Guy. So this is Not Checkers with Gene Carter, and it is by Laurence Guy, who's my live guest on the show this week. Hey, Laurence. I mean, that is a bop.
Thank you very much.
Bop.
Yeah.
I bet that people move and throw some shapes. Like in the club, 100%. Just the head's going.
Yeah.
To that.
Yeah, it goes off.
Yeah. So tell me as well, recently you remixed the Justice and Ramon track, After
I did, yes.
Yeah. And you do loads of remixes. You've done so many remixes over the years. What was it like working with their, moulding Justice and
it was crazy, basically. Like, that was I got a DM from Busy P that runs Ed Banger, which is their label. Yeah. Just saying, like, do you want to have a go at remixing something from the latest Justice album? And it's like, yeah, of course, I'll do that. And then, it was just madness, basically, to even have the stems from such a band that's inspired me for so long. Was it was a really nice moment. It was kind of a bit like, almost too stressful because like I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I had to do quite a few different versions, which, as I was saying before, is not like a normal thing for me. I'm very much like, I don't like to sweat over things, musical things. And I ended up working with my older brother for that one. He actually introduced me to Justice originally back in the day.
Yeah.
So I ended up like the key to sort of figuring it all out was to do it with him. And we wrote the remix together. So yeah, it was actually like, ended up being a really, really special moment.
Yeah, that's so nice working with your bro.
It's great.
Has he made music for years as well? Like, or is he
he's
after you or?
No, he's older than me. I probably started because of him, but he was always a bass player. So he studied jazz bass, I think, and then he's always kind of produced a little bit, but now he's doing more and more of that. So we work together on a lot of stuff now because it's kind of, he's got like a better musical ear, and it's just also kind of nice to have someone else to bounce stuff off. So yeah, we've sort of started like a production team,
that's
which is
so
really
cool.
nice.
Yeah, that's so good. And I bet as well, when you were a teenager and stuff, I mean, I've got 2 older brothers, and that was definitely the feeder of so much music that blew my mind from 90s kid to like, being into like boy bands and Spice Girls, and then age like 12, 13, suddenly like being open to a whole new world of amazing music through them.
Exactly, like a complete game changer basically.
So what kind of stuff did he like in those early years, what kind of stuff did he put you onto that informed?
So I mean, I think like I'd already started my own thing of kind of like going into drum and bass and dubstep and stuff like that, but he showed me a lot of the old Ed Banger stuff, like Justice, Mr. Wazo or Oizo, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. And like that was like it was kind of like
flat beat.
It was like the sort of MySpace music, indie sleaze kind of days and stuff like that. So it was all those kind of bands really, which was really interesting to hear. And then also more like alternative stuff like Interpol, who actually probably my favourite band, and then Radiohead, stuff like that. Yes. Just general indie stuff, which is really interesting. It's a good thing to kind of have like a mix of dance music and that other kind of music as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like kind of growing up over that time as well, it's like you could be into, I don't know if there was so much, growing up as sort of a musical arc, like I was into grunge and metal and rock, but also drum and bass and jungle and electronic. And then when that kind of came in. So I feel like it was, you could dip in.
Yeah, you could, for sure. Like listen to a lot of different things at once. I think like, for me, I always thought there was a connection of like drum and bass jungle and also like hardcore music or emo music. It's basically anything that's kind of, it's more about the angst than the genre, basically. So, like, if you're a certain age, you probably want to listen to anything that's angsty. It doesn't have to be a certain genre. It can just be anything that kind of, like, is a bit aggressive. And there was a lot of, like, angsty drum and bass back then.
There was so much, and it was so great. What a time. I was wondering as well, because you've been touring with Barry Can't Swim. I mean, those shows looked bananas. And also with Sophia Cortesis, you've done some shows. Tell me about the Barry Can't Swim shows, because, I mean, he is just blown up.
They were amazing. Like, all at really big, almost like concert-type venues in America. I did New York, Toronto, San Francisco, and Oakland. I feel like there was one more, but maybe there wasn't. No, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't play the New York one. I went to the New York one because I happened to be in New York anyway. Then I played the other ones, and there's one more I'm forgetting, but I can't think of it right now. But yeah, they're all really good. His live show is amazing. I think nearly all of them sold out as well. So yeah, it was really kind of like special to be part of something like that.
And what about just seeing American crowds connect? Like, was it a different vibe to UK? Or not really?
Totally different.
It is,
yeah. And it's like, even I've been to America quite a lot over the last 2 years. Maybe like 3 or 4 tours now, and it's like, it's really fun. I love it. But the crowds are definitely different. It's not as, they're not as dancey. They're not as rowdy. Sometimes it's harder to know if they're having a good time. Like, if people are having a good time in England, you know about it because they'll be screaming at you. So it's like, that's great. And then other times I find sometimes in America, people are a bit more reserved, or it's not like, I don't know. Definitely different, but satisfying in other ways, basically.
Yeah. And you've put 2 albums out, 2 full lengths.
Yes.
The 2017 Saw You for the First Time, and then 2023's Living Like There's No Tomorrow, but Killing Yourself in the Process. Yeah. Is there a third in the works?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure when, but that's kind of like what I was getting started in Mallorca.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know too much about it. I'm basically kind of like just start making stuff, and then hopefully the, not concept, but the the direction will like reveal itself somehow.
Do you like
if I just do it?
Do you like the album format? Like
I love it. Yeah. I make like a lot of I love making like interludes or like piano solos and stuff like that. So the album's kind of like the only place that makes sense for me to release those. So yeah, it's like it's definitely a really important format for me, and it's been like I think I finished the last one came out in 2023, but I finished it in 2021, end of 21. So it's been a long time since I've done one. So yeah, I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah, and let's talk about the 2017 debut.
Yes.
So, like, what are your? Because we're going to play a track from it. We're going to play the lead track from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you kind of? What does that album, I suppose, mean to you now? We're how many years? 5, 6, 7, 8
10?
years? Yeah. 9 years?
9 years, yeah.
My maths is awful.
No, actually, I think I got that wrong. Yeah, I mean, it's still really, really special to me. It kind of like, it always surprises me that it's still going. People still listening to it. I mean, I made it when I was like, I would have been 24, 25 maybe. Totally different time of life, totally different like person. It's crazy how much longevity it's had. And yeah, I love it. I still play it every set. The one we're going to play, Sorry for the First Time. And yeah, I don't know what else can I say about that. I mean, I made it, half of it when I was at work in, I used to work at a rock climbing shop called Rock On, which is in Mile End.
Yeah.
I plugged, I really
yeah, I know it.
Yeah, it's great in there.
It's near the palm tree, isn't it? It's like
yeah, exactly.
opposite,
yeah. And I used to work in there, and it wasn't so busy back then. Like the climbing centre was kind of quiet, so I plugged in my laptop to the work hi-fi, and I would just have that on a loop. And I had that for ages, and I kind of always try and, whichever tune customers would be like, oh, what's that? I'd be like, that's probably going to be a good one. And that was one of the ones, Sorry for the First Time, I had just the loop. And people always asked about it, so I was like, I'm going to finish this. Yeah. And I finished most of it in there, some of it at home. And now it's become like the whole jumping off point for my whole career. So it's crazy.
Well, let's play it. This is Sorry for the First Time, Laurence Guy. We're chatting more after. Sorry for the First Time, Laurence Guy, who is my live guest on the show on Soho Radio this week, joining me in the studio. So you said that you were taking a little bit of a break, just to sort of like this month, just having a little bit of a break. But then you're going to be getting back at it and doing some live shows.
Yes.
So tell me how the summer is shaping up.
It's looking great. I was just kind of stacked. The next big London show is going to be the 3rd of August at Finsbury Park for Berlioz Deep in It, which is going to be really, really good. Yeah. It's got a crazy lineup. Moody Man's playing. Sick. Obviously Berlioz, Taja, Jack Green, Bel Air I think is playing. I hope I got that right. Yeah, that's going to be a mega day. And then just generally around the UK for a bunch of shows, Europe, back to America in September, October. And yeah, just back to it. Yeah. Full beam.
I feel like we're kind of in this country and beyond, but I feel like electronic music is kind of in rude health at the moment. I feel like there's a lot of really, really, really great people coming
for sure.
through. What do you like? Because you're sort of in it.
Yeah.
How does what do you think of it? Like, how have things changed over the last few years, or like what scene is reflected back at you kind of at the moment? Like, how do you feel about it?
I think it's pretty good. There's like a lot of. I see a lot of stuff about like the crowds not being good and there being too many phones and stuff like that. But to be honest, I haven't, at the gigs I've been playing and also the gigs I've been going to, I haven't really found that. I kind of feel like it's pretty good vibes everywhere, to be honest. Especially in London, like the crowds are always amazing. No one's really taking that many videos. Everyone's partying, everyone's dancing. I think it feels pretty good. Musically also kind of like, personally happy that things are slowing down a little bit. Like I like fast music, but there was a couple of years where everything kind of like shot up in tempo, which it is really fun to party to. But I got a little bit like, I've been waiting for it to come down, and I feel like this year there's lots of like 2012 deep house kind of stuff coming back, which I'm actually pretty excited about. Like old school like Hot Nature type stuff seems to be the new sound that's emerging, and I'm all for that. Probably like not something for me to be making, but like as a punter, like I'm really, really enjoying that. Yeah,
I feel like maybe there'll be a bit of a move away from the whole phone thing and just people trying to be aware of it and like be a bit more in the moment? And are you going to look at a video of a DJ that's like a shaky video in 4 years' time from your phone that's in the cloud, and like really,
exactly.
What's it for? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I suppose people still want to document their lives on Instagram and stuff, but
I also like totally understand that, and like will sometimes do the same thing myself. Or like if I'm DJing, it's kind of nice to take a video of the crowd. So it's really I'm not like for or against. I feel like people could do whatever they want, but I don't think it's as bad as people are saying, basically, in my experience. Like the crowds at all the parties seem really good to me.
Yeah. And I mean, you've racked up like over 80 million streams these days.
Yeah. It's good.
Like when you see stats like that, it just must be a bit like, whoa.
Because
how do you
crazy.
how does that settle in your brain? Like that's kind of bananas, isn't it? In a great way.
Yeah, it is amazing. Like it's I actually hadn't really looked at that for a while, so it's good. It's good to know. I stopped looking at the stats of each record after I released them, because you can have access to like the whole Spotify backend, and it's obviously really useful for my manager and like labels and promoters and stuff. But I think it's probably not that useful for me. Yeah. So I kind of stopped trying to look at all that stuff, and now I just like release stuff and forget about it.
Yeah.
Which is ironically what I would have done back then. Like I wasn't looking at the numbers on Toy for the first time. They just left it.
Yeah.
And then it just grew.
And suddenly you're like, wow, this has
actually
that's reached a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely like try not to think about that too much. But at the same time, it's nice to hear that number out loud.
Yeah. But I guess you just kind of like imagine 80 million people all standing in like one space, and that's quite mind-boggling, isn't it? Yeah. Crazy. So you've got plans. Are you gonna release any more Like, have you got any ready to kind of go over the next few months, or are you?
Yeah. I actually have another one with Gene Carter that's coming out in roughly a month's time.
Yeah.
Cool. Which I'm really excited about. It's like a disco banger, basically.
Love it.
Really excited about that one. And then. Yeah, there's other stuff ready to go. I'm not exactly sure of the firm plans, but like it will be singles for the rest of the year. And then, we'll crack on with the album. No idea when that's going to come out, but I'll get on with it.
Yeah, at some point.
At some point it's going to happen, yeah.
All right, well, I asked you to bring in a vinyl just because it's quite nice to play anything at all. And you've brought in the Mac DeMarco record, This Old Dog. Such a great record. Why did you pick this, and what track do you want to play, and what does it mean to you?
I just, for some reason, it's just been in my head a lot more over the last month or so. I used to listen to it a lot when I first got it, and then I kind of forgot, and then like every now and again I'll revisit it, and I'm just in one of the periods where I'm listening to it a lot again. I love it. Like it sounds amazing. The production is really, really like nice and clean. It sounds great on like nice hi-fi speakers. It's really interesting musically, and I just love it. And it happened to be that when I saw the message about bringing a record, that was the one I was listening to.
Yeah.
Which is the best reason to bring it, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also a very lovely kind of crimson, reddy, pinky.
Yeah, and you can see it, but the artwork's super nice as well. Mine's a little bit battered because I've had it since it came out in, I think it's 2017.
Yeah.
And it might even be, I'm not sure if it's like the normal artwork or if it's a record day release or something. Maybe it's like a special coloured vinyl edition or something like that. I don't know. But I love it. And then the track I'm going to play is One More Love Song. Yes, just like crazy good song. And actually I did a cover of that song that came out on Studio Barnhus a few years ago on a compilation. So if you want to hear a different version, then you can go and check that out. Yeah,
nice.
I'm not singing, an instrumental cover, but
oh, that sounds great. Well, Laurence, thank you so much for coming in.
No worries.
It's been really nice chatting to you.
Yeah.
And love the stuff. So looking forward to the next
single.
Much. And have a wonderful rest of your summer. And we'll play this Mac DeMarco tune.
Great. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.